In rural Wisconsin, there was a farmhouse people avoided even in daylight. Not because it looked haunted, but because it felt watched. The land was quiet, too quiet. And in that silence lived a man named Ed Gein. To the town of Plainfield, Ed was harmless. A shy handyman, a babysitter, a man who smiled awkwardly and spoke softly. No one suspected that behind those gentle eyes lived something deeply broken. Ed Gein grew up under the shadow of a controlling mother who taught him that the world was sinful, women were dangerous, and obedience was survival. When she died, Ed didn't move on. He stayed. He sealed her bedroom shut. Not dusty, not decayed. Perfectly preserved, like a shrine. And alone in that farmhouse, Ed's mind began to rot. At night, while the town slept, Ed walked to local graveyards, not to mourn, but to dig. He waited for darkness, for fog, for silence. Then he opened graves, choosing bodies that reminded him of his mother. He brought them home. What he did next would horrify the world. When police finally entered the farmhouse in 1957, they were not prepared. They found human skulls turned into bowls, chairs upholstered with skin, lampshades made of faces, and hanging inside a shed upside down was the body of a woman named Bernice Worden, a local shop owner who had vanished days earlier. She had been butchered like an animal. Inside the house, officers discovered something even more disturbing. A full suit made of human skin, stitched together with care. Ed later confessed why. He wasn't trying to kill, he was trying to become, to wear his mother, to feel close to her again, to erase himself. Ed admitted to killing Bernice and another woman named Mary Hogan, but investigators believe the truth was darker, deeper, and buried with the dead. When asked why he did it, Ed showed no anger, no fear, no remorse, only emptiness. Declared legally insane, Ed Gein was sent to a mental institution instead of prison. He would spend the rest of his life there, quiet, polite, forgotten. He died in 1984, but the nightmare didn't end. His farmhouse mysteriously burned down before it could be studied, and pieces of his story lived on, inspiring some of the most terrifying characters in horror history. Leatherface, Norman Bates, Buffalo Bill, all born from one real man. A man who lived next door, a man people trusted, a man who proved something terrifyingly real. Sometimes, the scariest monsters don't hide in the dark. They hide in plain sight.